God forbid a man like Jonas Gomorrah. Hey! Here's my review of The Polygamist on Netflix. Spoiler alert, although I'll try not to spoil too much. The series is an adaptation of a novel by Zimbabwean author Sunyati. First off, really good performances. Very great use of music and sound as well. And the writing was very solid. I appreciated how they were able to connect all the dots. By the end of the series, they had answered almost every question I had. Nothing felt abandoned halfway through. Now to the plot. God forbid a man like Jonas Gomorrah. Hey! This film showed very clearly how lack of sexual discipline can destroy a person. It can destroy entire families. Real life is full of stories like that, and Jonasi, albeit a fictional character, is portraying a very real issue we have in the society. His lack of self-control was the root of almost every problem in his life. Every lie, manipulation, bad decision, terrible actions, it all traces down to this lack of sexual discipline. Now let's talk about Matipa. Girl, you're sleeping with a married man and still rubbing it in his wife's face and expect her not to react. Most women who get involved with married men just want to eat and go. Or they are okay, like they've come to terms with the fact that they would always be second place. But wanting more, like hoping he would leave his wife and family and marry you. Such lofty delulu dreams that almost never come to pass. And call me petty, but when her suffering started, it was so satisfying to watch. Then there's Joyce Gomorrah. You know the saying, hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. Men should probably take that saying a bit more seriously. But here's what I think. In the midst of all that anger and determination to get even with Jonasi, we saw Joyce slowly lose herself. All the terrible things she did to free herself from Jonasi essentially changed her. And at the end of the series, she was a completely different person from the Joyce we were introduced to in episode 1. And that is the tragedy of it all. There was really no winning. Seeing how it all played out, the best thing she could have done was walk away the very moment Jonasi showed her exactly who he is. That he has no form of regard or respect for her. That the entire marriage was a sham. Instead, she kept fighting for him, trying to remind him of all her sacrifices, trying to prove why she deserved his love. And in doing that, she just trapped herself in a situation that became harder and harder to get out of. The Polygamist is a 22-episode series with one of the messiest plots I've ever seen. And I mean that in the best way possible. By the time I finished it, I was exhausted. My emotions had gone through a lot of ups and downs. 1 minute I was shocked, then I was angry, I was surprised, then I was sad. Hey, the roller coaster. The series really keeps you on edge and touches on a number of social issues that many people and many families, I'm sure, can relate to. But more than anything, the entire production was an example of when good writing meets good directing. The lead director, Akiyomoto Shaw, really did his thing. I'd rate it a solid 9 out of 10.